Hello and welcome to the Heat Signature Daily Challenge. It is the 8th of March and an easy Sunday. Today we're stealing 3 parts of the Boar Steel Mark 1. While killing as few people as possible, we have a supplier, we're vindictive, and X off-world. We got a hammer to bash around with, a visitor, and a crash beam, and a brick. A brick, you say? But we're not supposed to kill people. Because it's steel missions, we don't even get an idea of where people are. Well, that's a shame. There's... What are we gonna... I don't know what we're going up against. Glitchers, we might have a chance. Glitchers! Okay, we might have a chance. First let you go away because you're way too close. There we go. You... technically could... there's a chance that we could maybe do something here. But it's incredibly risky. First off, we need to break one of these, which means there's a slight chance there could be someone in either of these. And we need to brick this, which it's difficult, but I think I have bricked something like this before, but it's difficult. And that'll separate it from the main ship. And then we can dock at 0 seconds. But that also runs the risk of someone being here, or me breaking one of these and ruining it. And possibly killing people. And then in a similar vein, we could brick here, let that separate off, then brick here. We still run into some of the same issues, but we have a chance. Do I try it? Do I try it anyways? It would be really cool to get a very low time on this one. It would be very cool. My gut's telling me yes. Zoe, listen. The possibility of... It won't be 0 second, but it'll be very small second. Alright, we match speed. Zoom in a little bit more. We're drifting slightly to the right. Yeah, I'm nervous, but we're locking in. I missed? I missed. How did I miss? I never miss. Someone would have gotten pulled out anyways. We would have had a chance to try and pick them up, but it would have been very difficult. Man, that hurts. That was... Nope, don't press... Maybe I'm too tired for this. Oh, man. I knew the risks. Do I try and break this one? I don't think I'm feeling that. Alright, we're locking in on the low seconds. How did I miss? I knew it was going to the right, but I thought I'd accounted for it. Alright, so generally the pilot does not get knocked out of their chair when you brick next to him, but that's not always the case. Drifting ever so slightly to the right. Doesn't look like they were pulled out. And we have separation. For once, I am doing one of these when we don't have a 10-minute time limit. But of course, I killed a guy. That's one of the other scary things that I can bash against the side of it. Luckily, it didn't break into pieces. Right? Yeah. Alright, and now we totally safely brick this one. Let's get a little farther. Match speed. I don't like that we're going up on it. Really don't. Oh, if I miss, I could hit the target. That would be bad. Alright, so drifting slight. I just want more of this angle. Alright, slightly to the left, but I think it's okay. I went through. What? Am I too close to that? That's absurd. That's absurd. Yeah, for those new, if you're too close to a already broken spot, you can't brick it, at least when you're remote controlling the pod for some reason. But normally I feel like we've got more grace room. Yeah, we can brick on this side. What happens? Can I brick on the inside? I can. That's giving me the temptation to brick from this side. Oh no, that's a bad idea. Whoa, I just jumped out a little bit. It could be done sometimes. It could be done. Seems like this one is too close to that. Do I give it a try? Do I give it a try? Do I give it a try? Chances of this going terrible are pretty huge. Well, things have already gone terrible. They're only they can only go slightly more terrible than they've already gone. drifting away and slightly to the right. I think that's okay. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, we did it! If only I hadn't missed that first one. But we did it! We did it. Now let's not screw up this part. Okay, so now the key part of the puzzle is this still has a pilot and a thruster. Good thing it has a thruster. It has a single thruster, so this will continue around in a broad circle, whereas this one will fly away, and eventually they'll separate enough from each other that we can dock here without technically being next to the ship. Which is the whole reason that we're doing this. All right. Because for whatever reason, the ship is considered to be the section of the ship that has the pilot in it. Let it go off into space. And so because this is not considered part of the ship, we can get next to it. And our time is 0 seconds. Now let's see if we can just get in there. We can just get in there. We can use it, but it's not going to be anything useful. Well, okay, it's a... Did I see that? Oh, that means a grenade launcher. That means it is actually useful. Man, get two people around hanging out over here, and we just happen to have one guy in that room. That's a bit unlucky. All right, what do we got here? We got concussive grenades. Sure, we'll take those. And then we leave, doing ship 1 in 0 seconds. Not exactly 0, but less than 1 second. And just one guy dying. Alright, guns, emergency shields, glitch dashers, autopilot. Alright. Now let's look at the ship first. Alright, so this one, the pilot is in the same room as the crate. So we cannot get 0 seconds on this one. We could, however, mostly safely brick this room because it doesn't connect to either of these, and no one's ever in these rooms. We wouldn't have a direct way into the room, but we could visit in, and if we're lucky, we can get the key and get the crate in 2 seconds. Or we could take on a big risk, brick this room, and then we'd be able to just walk in here and get the crate. But then if someone's here, then we lose even harder than we already are. I'm gonna brick this one. There is also a risk that after I brick that two parts of the ship will bonk onto each other and destroy rooms and kill people that way, and that's just a risk that I'm taking. Keeping a close eye on this one after that first bash. Okay. All right, right on target. They're rotating and I don't like it. I don't like that. Hold S, hold R, hold D. They bashed against each other when I fast forwarded before, so I'm hesitant to do that again, in case it messes with the pathing physics and stuff. Okay, they're far enough that I'm fine with them. Just... Alright, now we can go dock. We'd have a better idea on safely bricking, especially that ship one, if it was like a capture or a kill target. Because then we could see where the target is standing, and we could get from that whether or not they're standing in like a pod of guards. And if they're in a pod of guards, then we can just brick somewhere that room is not. So for example, if the target was this guy right here, we could see from outside the ship that they're not standing in the center of the room. They're not standing in the middle of like a terminal kind of thing. So we would know that all the guards would be here and we could safely... it doesn't... We could break somewhere that doesn't get them all pulled out. Alright. So here... Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's more than enough. Oh, hi. Reminder that we're not killing people, so I'm making a verbal note to not shoot people with this gun. This one as well. Hopefully this gets you before your shield goes up. There we go, and the ship is secured. Wow, we took out all the guards in this ship so quickly. Pick that up. It's some sort of gun. Little trick we can do to get back into the pod with super speed is right before this catches us, we do a dash up, and that flings us... Oh, I was off to the right too far. Oops. Should have gone to the left. But it flings you super fast. And we return to pod. And we leave. For 9 seconds. 9 seconds is not terribly fast, all things considered. I guess we'd have the visit to return back to. Yeah, that ship would have been faster if I bricked to the right one room, but we didn't know if there would be people there. Better safe than sorry, I say as I bricked a person on the first ship. Guns, heat sensors, emergency shield, sentry guns. Alright, so we've got the risk again of someone standing right here. The risk is relatively low on this one because we've got a massive room right here. Even lower on this one because this is even bigger. But if we brick this one, we don't have to visit in. They're both fairly low. If we wanted to be really risky, we could just like brick this room. Or this room. They're usually not gathered in engine rooms, though I don't think it's unheard of. Make sure they're not too close. Yeah, it should be fine. It's safer to go to the left one. But it takes more time. Does it take more time? I do have to go in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then out all that way. So in a sense, a visitor could still be fast enough because we have to go in real deep. And then out. Well, if we get there fast enough, we could shoot out this engine. No, we can't. It's an easy Sunday. We won't get. Or there's no glitch protection. I'll just aim in the middle of them, and whichever I get. Which I'm drifting to the right a little bit, so it'll probably be that. All right, let's hope it doesn't swing around. All right, doesn't look too bad. All right, I'm liking how it's looking. Yeah, we'll just travel along with this. Watch as they separate into space. Goodbye. It goes twirling, twirling, twirling off into the infinity. All right. I'm curious if this one's disappeared by now. No. Is it disappeared if I go all the way down here? No. Okay, good to know. All right, anything in stash? Nope. All right, so we have no camera world as we're approaching this, which is really nice because it's orbiting out of control. Good thing this doesn't shoot immediately upon sight in my pod. Ah, I see. The key is up here and the crate's down here. And I thought that this... I always get these mixed up. I thought this was the fuel barrel, but it's actually a weapons. You know what? We know where the people are. We know where the crate is. I was thinking I could brick this room, but this is spinning wildly out of control, and that makes it very difficult to brick, and I am not confident that I'll avoid bricking the target itself, so I probably shouldn't do that. So what is the best way through here? There's a thought that tossing a concussive grenade could do it. Wait a little bit for them to get closer, toss a concussive grenade. They blow up, I go down here and then get out. The other route is go down here, get the key, go all the way back, and then go all the way back. And then the third option is go down here, get the key, shoot this, visit, return to leave through there. First things first, I need to get past this turret. And that's terrifying. Or I can actually just use a crash beam. That works as well. Right. There's technically an air field right here. I can't remote control the pod because I'm in the middle of a dash. Can I just drop something smack against... Okay. Maybe that did something. Alright. So we got 2 seconds for the grenade. Also a chance that you could ask something, but that's not a good to bet on. 2 seconds is not gonna be enough for you. I wish I could stagger them somehow. Delay them. Alright, let's measure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can get you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Wait for like 2 seconds, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That feels... oh, that's nice. Bash pretty fast. I'm gonna go down here, see what you have. Subverter does speed us up a small amount. I could blow up this for a faster escape by just a little bit. Yeah, sure, blow him up. Let's see, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, sure, let's do it. I don't know if this is the best, but it is an option. And then this could also be something that gets us out a little faster, but won't help by much. I don't think it sure is a rechargeable something. A beam of some sort or another. Did I not shoot? I have an even number of bullets. Did I forget to shoot? I think I forgot to shoot. That's very silly of me. But it's fine because I have an alternate solution. And that's to do what I meant to do earlier. Yeah, I didn't shoot because you hadn't started setting off your alarm yet. Huh. Alright, time for a turbo jump. Alright, look at how fast we go. And we're technically not mid bash dash. So we can do another bash dash. Send us up here. Alright, yeah, as much as I was like hemming and hawing on like with what the correct thing to do, 3 seconds, I'll take that for this one. I'll take it. Return to pod. And be sad that we killed someone on ship 1. But that's the risk that I take with the bricking lifestyle. Live by the brick, and other people die by the brick. Alright, let me think about that day. We had a concussion hammer and crash beams and very unguarded people. It's very unlikely that I'm in the top 5 or even top 10, possibly even top 20. 47? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, it's even worse than I thought. Yeah, that makes sense. When I said top 20, I really should have said top 25 because that's at that point you're just off the leaderboard. That should be a barometer in my mind. Let's see what nearby scores are like. Yay, I did a lot better than the other people. That's got someone killed. Razzle Baster got someone killed too. Curious. Well, glad to see a familiar face down here along with me. Welcoming in. I'm in the top 70%. Lovely. But hey, 13 seconds. 13 seconds is pretty swell. Man, if I'd bricked the other room. Now let's look at this, and then we can board the ships and see how we did, how we could have done. Yesterday, 49 seconds, 598 for the top spot. Yay! Hidamari sketch Homer in second, heat signature in third, Zazazan also third place, tying with heat signature for third place, and Basil for fifth place, making up the top 5. Nice job, everybody. And yeah, good job, everybody. I am curious. Guard rotations should be the same. Or guard initial spawning points. So, so that was a lose-lose situation right there. What are the odds of a loose guard being on both sides of these? So no matter what, someone was getting thrown out into space at the very least. It is pretty cool that I managed to break this room. And yeah, so pilots usually don't get pulled out with bricking next to them, but sometimes they do. It's rare. Would have been safe to break this one. Then yeah, we bricked that one. Oh, I could have considered that if I broke this one, it might be considered a room farther away, and I might have been able to brick this one from space on this side. But it worked out, aside from the other part. Anyways. I want to finish a step in here. No one's gonna walk in here. Just for funsies, I want to brick and see if I had hit the room that I wanted to, if I could have picked up this guard. I definitely can. I can, as in it's within the realm of possibility. It is something that you can do, but it's much harder to do if it's not the target, because you can't lock onto them. Alright, it blows up, and I can't actually see them. There they are. Ooh, yeah, not having a target, a big old arrow pointing directly at them could be very bad. Okay, I can still see them. Can I see them from here? Don't think I can see them from there. Okay, I can see them from there. No, I don't think I can see them from... Alright, so we'll just hold on to this view and hope they don't leave it. Hold D. They left the view. Alright, we're just gonna have to really try and pin him down. Alright, it's somewhere around here. That's terrifying. Somewhere in there. All right, we got to find him, and we don't know how much time we have. So we'll start off with the typical, like, 1, 2, 3, something like that. And we're getting fairly close, so we can start matching speed. And now we hunt to see if we can even see them. That's definitely too zoomed out. Can I see them on the collision sensor? No. What this is telling me so far is that they're just dead. Alright, let's zoom in a little bit. Just scan the area. The way the stars in the background just fade in and out. Oh, no, it's just a star. They disappear and fade in and out as you zoom in and out. One thing that I should have done is I should have zoomed all the way in and then noted how many ticks of zooming out it takes before they disappeared. Because then we could be at the maximum amount of disappear that they could be, and then just scan around and still have a chance to see them. I feel like I've done this exact thing once before to see how it works, and I'm now relearning that it is not easy to find them again. And they died. All right, so that's telling me that that death was unavoidable on this one. And boom. Boom. Yay. All right. So yeah, I feel better about missing the right brick target because that guy was going to die pretty much certainly. Someone was going to die there, which is a shame. But it happens because I took a massive risk. But it happens. All right. We spent a long time of that. A lot of bricking and a little bit of testing. All right. So yeah, shame that we killed a guy. But I'm very happy with that brick into 2 rooms. That is not easy. That is a very narrow fit. And I'm very happy that I did that. Oh yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. And I hope to see you tomorrow.